Hey everybody, Von here with the Vonster vlog, and this is our first vlog of, bless you puppy, of 2020, new year, yay! And I wanted to do an updated day in the life, kind of. It is probably one of our busiest days this month, but I wanted to be able to show you guys what all we had going on. Right now we are shipping off our craft along kits for the month. We're actually only for us a day behind schedule for what we tell everybody, like 3 days ahead. So because we tell people, oh, we'll ship out on the 8th, but on the 5th we're like, let's get everything together, and that way it gives us a couple, a little bit, hopefully, of wiggle room to have things be catastrophic, but they still get shipped out on time. So we're doing that. So one of the biggest changes for our business in 2020 is we invested in a Glowforge, and how this is working is it's a laser cutter. So even though it's forged, it's not metal smithing, but I just come through with masking tape and try to pick up all the little bits and pieces off of the crumb tray, but you can see sometimes we still drop little pieces. So whenever it's all said and done, I have to get in here and take it and dump it out into a bin and pick out all the little things and put them back into the stuff. But we are printing or cutting 400 of these for our Etsy and craft along kits and inventory, booth production. And this is really giving us a cool option for not having to buy pre-made components from online. It really gives us an additional level of exclusivity to, I go into Inkscape and I design the little, cutouts. Like this one was actually a dud. We have not been using proof grade materials provided by Glowforge because those are expensive and actually pretty frequently not in stock, by the way. Which is killer. So we get these birch plywood boards, and we don't have the tools right now to strip them down to the right size, so we're using our pass-through slot, and I just get it lined up in here, and I actually have underneath this right here, I actually use, because it's not proof grade, it's not perfectly flat and it'll kind of lean up, I use an old masking tape and some acrylic, just basically it was whatever was close on hand. Then I get this straightened up. I've got it pinned in there so it's as close to the, as flush to the crumb tray as possible. And then we're gonna close this up. I'm actually gonna use the microfiber cloth to clean the lens because this is very dirty. I clean the Glowforge after we're done doing big prints, but otherwise I just let the gunk build up. So we close it, and then we're going to go over to Inkscape. So this is Inkscape, and it is where we draw up our designs, or if we've purchased an SVG file template, it's where we make outlines and stuff. So it's some of them we hand draw, some of them we downloaded from our purchases on Etsy, and then we go over to here on the Glowforge, and I had made a whole sheet template. So you can see this is, so we'll just upload our artwork, and then we come in and we can position it all if we want, and then I'll come over here and it says, just printing done. We're gonna do print. And this is, you can tell it's looking at through the camera at our wood because there's that little marker right there. You can hear Randy cutting out labels in the background. So once we've hit print, it's going to keep processing, scanning and stuff. There's a little bit of a jump that happens whenever it's done. Like right now, that's the bottom corner, and you can see it just panned out just a bit. So I double, triple check and make sure that it's still within frame. It's still preparing my print because it has to talk to space, then space has to yell at the Glowforge. So it's going to take us 28 minutes to cut this out. So then we come in here and we hit the blinking light, and I actually think the lid of the Glowforge is too dirty. it's actually quite loud, which was expected. Most of that is actually the exhaust fan. Actually, all of that I think is the exhaust fan. But so we've got these curtains, that double layer curtains that we put up to, doesn't really block the sound very much, but it keeps the smoke smell out of here, because otherwise it makes the whole house smell very pleasantly at first, but then overwhelmingly like burning wood, because that's exactly what's happening in there, is it's burning the wood. So while this is happening, Randy and I are going to continue processing our Patreon and Etsy packages. So it's the last 30 seconds, I think. I've got chicken wings all over my mouth. We were having a lunch break. Randy's still having a lunch break. But let's check this out. So we've come in and it's the last couple of seconds. It just finished its last one. The laser's putting itself away. I don't know if you can hear me over the laser. So just in case, that was the last couple of seconds. And then the laser kind of tucking itself away and exhausting the last of the smoke. So we're gonna open this up. Now we use the pass-through slot so that way we can use non-correctly sized materials, but since this is not proof grade material, you can see some of our moons and things just don't get cut through all the way. So we're gonna sneak this through. There we go. And set that off to the side. Open this up. So those that don't get cut through all the way get put into our crap boxes. Because it's still usable, it's just not perfect. Just burnishing that tape on, that way it grabs all the little pieces. There we go. And sometimes we have to grab a piece and smoosh it back into place. And so we've cleared out the bed, getting that lifted back up. I'm going to take this and feed it through. And at this point, I don't need to add any magnets or any leverage or anything like that. And we're going to close it up. Hey guys, so I'm out here having a tea break with my chickens and my rabbits, bringing them a jug of hot water. It's drinking temperature, but I want to be able to melt the ice that's in their bowls so I can like break it up and scoop it out and then put in fresh water. And then I give whatever's left to the chickens, though they have a little like black rubber bowl that makes it like heat up in the sun, and it doesn't crack whenever it freezes. It holds up really well. But I wanted to show you guys. Let me see if I can zoom in. There's a cardinal in my bush right there by Poppy. Over and up a bit. Let's see. There it is. You see? This is not the best camera for this, but it's just hanging out. Little gentleman. It's good to see that they're back again this year. I'm going to put out some sunflowers for him, I think. He flew off just as soon as I came over with the seeds, but that's alright. They'll be there for when he comes back. So I want to show you guys some of the different projects and new things that we have in the works for 2020 out in the garden. It's been established that we're going to be here for at least 3 more years. That's kind of part of our long-term budget plan before we can go along and invest in our hopefully forever home, wherever that ends up being. We'd really like some acreage Very, very rural if we can get it. We are not cut out for city life where you have to wear clothes and suit, regulations of how many chickens you can have. But that, and we have some long-term goals for Camp Craft Along. But we did inherit our home. Now it is officially ours. Compliment to my mom and Fred that we could not. There's no way we'd have been homeowners by the time we were 31 without them, and that's been a tremendous blessing. And so now, knowing that we're going to be here for 3 years, we're like, what are some changes that we really need to make that are not too expensive, but are really going to increase our quality of life for the next 3 years? And that's, I don't know if y'all noticed, but we are down to 3 chickens from the 7 that we had this time last year. Compliments of possums. Because they just keep, like, we actually had something eat through the floor of the shed, like straight through the wood, and ate 4 of my chickens. 3 of them. And then came back and got saffron later. So, and that was before it was even dark. So I hadn't even come out to put the chickens away yet. Oh, that sun's bright though. So we are getting a new coop built. So let's take a look at that. Good stuff. So you can kind of see this gap here. That's where this coop used to be raised up with a little enclosure around the bottom, but we had had some problems with keeping predators out of that because they had just dug through underneath it and then ripped through the wood had started to rot through, so they just ripped the chicken wire right off the wood and got in. I don't know if it was a possum or a raccoon or what. So with the help of one of our very good friends, we are building a new coop. It's a 4-foot by 8-foot coop. It's going to be kind of low because we're going to try to have it fitting the slope of this roof. And it's going to be right there. It's going to have a door to come in and a little chicken chute coming out. And then let me back up a bit. So that's what all this lumber is actually. Our friend has been able, he works at Lowe's, so he's been getting first pick at discount lumber, so it's all just a little wonky in one way or another, but I don't mind a bit. This whole enclosure here is going to be hardware clothed off, like a welded 1-inch mesh wire around the bottom, and then chicken wire up a little bit higher. We think the wire is going to be buried into the ground, kind of just proper the way we should have done it right from the get-go, but that whole thing is going to be enclosed, which is going to open up. Let me back up just a little bit further. This, oops, tangling in a bush and another bush. So all of this here, the dog kennel is actually going to get taken down, and these straw bales are going to get spread, and I'm not sure what we're going to, I think we're just going to donate that old coop because it needs somebody who loves it to fix it up. But it's just, it's perfect for 4 banties, which is what I had at the time. But I want to get back up to 7 or 8 full-size birds for laying, and I think our new coop will be much more appropriate for that. But this whole area here is going to be vegetable garden now because it's been having chickens live on it for a year or 2, and all the grass and weeds and everything are scratched down. Our strawberries are peeking through their mulch. But yeah, these are our hens. I wonder if I can find, we were out here practicing archery, and that's why that paper plate's there, but we lost 2 bolts, one in the straw bale and one just in the snow. Randy was like, are you sure we should do this in the snow? And I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. He's like, okay. We did see him being a dog over yonder. I love that pupper. Hey Sam, do you know that I love you? What are you doing looking at that snow? You're so weird. So this is how the yard is looking. I'm kind of wishing that I had gotten some footage when it was all pristine and white and freshly laid, because we had about 4 to 6 inches easily of just beautiful crisp white snow, big snowflakes falling out of the sky. It was lovely. Randy and I came out and played in it. But it's starting to be defrost now, and I think this might be hopefully the last winter weather that we have you know, it'll still get cold and stuff, but hopefully it'll stop being quite so gross, and I can actually start getting some seeds into the ground and get some of the beds raised up. But our little chickies just pecking around. Our doggies being dogs. But yeah, this is how it's coming along. I did actually get the stone border on this bed taken care of. We need like maybe one more batch of rabbit poop from our friends who raise rabbits for 4-H. They live in town and they don't garden. They just focus on their rabbitry. So they have like 3 to 4 totes of poop a week. And so we take that just wholeheartedly. We're like, yes, please, thank you. Because our entire property here, the backyard, is all like mining chaff, like, or something. I don't know what it's gravel from the mine. Because I guess back whenever the house was being built, like 120 years ago, they could get it cheap as anything, and they used it to fill in and level out the property. And so that's a thing. So it's definitely raised beds all the way, because we've got like an inch or two maybe of topsoil, and everything below that is just gravel. What are these doggies sniffing? I don't know. But yeah, time to go inside and get back to work. But I've had a lovely tea break, just hanging out with y'all and hanging out with my chickies. Little puppy paw prints, my little dogs. Hey, Sam dog. Hey, my little love. With your little lump. So that says it's benign, but we think we may still get it taken off of him. It seems to be bothering his hip. Just having the extra weight of it there, I think. Hey, little man. How's it being a bunny on this beautiful day? Bunny butt. What's up, bunny butt? Oh, 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 oh. What's up, bunny butt? Oh, 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 oh. Huh? You want a cup up? Oh. Yes, please. I was gonna get just a little bit of hyper time lapse. So we've finished.
Shred that?
Yeah, shred it. We've finished. Can't even hold the camera up, I'm just so tired. We have finished Patreon. High five. Randy. High five. I'm gonna get a high five.
Not too hard.
Not too hard. We finished. They're all there. Our Etsy, our Patreon, our custom work. I am tired. So we've had some tea and we're outside enjoying the sunset, putting the chickens away. Callie's being a cat. Randy, what is that? Put that down. Put that down. Oh, I bet that smells horrible. If you could smell. You.
It does smell bad.
Oh, go on. that cute cat. Callie, what you doing?
That's no moon. It's a yard ornament.
Hey, pretty kitten.
There.
No. Let's hope it had cooperated.
Oh, God. Oh, we lost it. Oh, we lost it.
Is it moving? Callie. What you doing? Let me see. What you doing, cat? Oh, I'm falling over. What you doing? That's pretty cool. I like it out here with no mosquitoes.
Yeah, no mosquitoes is nice.
Let's go to bed.
Go to our mud hole.
Yeah. So it's the end of the day. I am editing the vlog. Thank you guys for watching with us. Randy is keeping little lady Callie occupied. She spent the good part of the evening out in the snow, but I did want to thank you guys for hanging out with us in this video. I'm kind of just getting to share our day with you. I really appreciate y'all taking your time to check in with us and see what we're up to. I'd love to hear down in the comments what y'all are up to. How has winter been treating you? It has been a minute since last time we did a vlog. Post any questions here that you'd like for us to answer in our next video, and like, share, subscribe, all that crap. Like, I'm so not stressing about that right now. I just want to have fun and vlog like in the good old days before the apocalypse and before Copa or Coppa feel. I just want to make videos again. That cat is happy. So until next time, you guys, keep on keeping on. Bye. Do you want to say bye, Randy?